Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Hodhod News Magazine.
I'm your host Ali Reza.
And I'm Syed Fakhruddin.
Stay with us up to the end of today's episode.
Today's headlines are:
Dark side of the moon.
the new Suez Canal,
People help a shark.
boat goes down,
And a dentist who killed a lion. A camera aboard the NASA satellite has captured the dark side of the moon.
This series of images were taken from NASA's Deep Space Climate Observatory and show the view of the far side of the moon and is lit by the sun and moves in front of the Earth. The images show the moon moving across the Pacific Ocean towards North America.
The images of the far side of the moon weren't seen by humankind until a Soviet mission in 1959. While it monitors solar winds, NASA's observatory will capture the dark side of the moon twice each year. Egypt
has said the new Suez Canal is now finished and should increase incomes by 2023 to $15 billion. This project is a chance to grow Egypt's economy.
The development adds an additional lane along part of the shipping canal, which officials say will shorten waiting times, reducing navigation time for ships from 22 to 11 hours. It includes 21 miles of waterway cut through the desert and a further 22 miles where existing bodies of water were dredged to make way for larger ships.
The government also plans to build an international industrial and logistics center near the Suez Canal that is expected to eventually make up about a third of the Egyptian economy. The Egyptian government wants to dig new sections of the canal to complete the project in a year.
A young great white shark was rescued from sand in Massachusetts.
People on the beach doused the shark with buckets of water until officials arrived. After tying a rope to its tail and carefully dragging it back to water, the harbor master guided it back out to the sea. Witnesses said the shark was stuck by the receding tide.
Curious bystanders applauded as officials managed to successfully release the shark back into the ocean.
A boat packed with up to 700 migrants has capsized in the Mediterranean Sea with dozens confirmed dead.
Authorities said about 100 people may have been in the hold when the steel boat capsized. Overloaded boats carrying migrants often turn over because of sudden movements by the desperate passengers when they spot rescuers arriving. The Mediterranean Sea has become the world's deadliest border area for migrants. More than 2,000 migrants and refugees have died so far this year in attempts to reach Europe by boat.
At least 400 have been rescued, but unfortunately 25 so far dead. Currently, the operation is continuing. It will continue through the night, recovering bodies and hopefully finding more survivors.
A U.S. dentist who killed a lion in Zimbabwe says he regrets shooting the well-known animal. In a written statement, Walter Palmer insists he thought it was an illegal hunt and that he deeply regrets his actions.
Cecil the lion, known for his black mane, was about 13 years old and a famous attraction for wildlife tourists in Zimbabwe. But earlier this month, according to what people say, the lion was shot with a bow and arrow by Palmer.
Lions are not protected species in Zimbabwe. The country issues annual permits allowing foreign hunters to kill wildlife animals like elephant, buffalo, and lion, and says doing so allows it to raise money for conservation. Now it's time to take a look at some picture news. Picture number 1 is about commuters who tried to enter Oxford Underground station shortly before the start of the 24-hour strike in London. Picture number 2 is about a smoking Valerica volcano in Chile. The next one is Jason Day poses with the Wanamaker Trophy after winning the 2015 championship golf tournament. The fourth one is illegal migrants aboard a dinghy sail to go to the Greek islands from Turkey. Number 5. Firefighters run as the smoke rises at the site of the explosion in Tianjin, China. Take a look at the next picture. Milky Way is seen in the night sky in the Valley of Wales in Egypt. Number 7. Meteor shower lights up the sky. And our last picture is taking a selfie with tons of people.
Welcome to this part of technology. Today we're gonna talk about the 3D printed cars that could hit roads as early as 2016. A road-ready 3D printed car could be yours if you have 16 to 27,000 euros to burn, almost 1 year after debuting its prototype printed vehicle. American manufacturer Local Motors is offering this neighborhood electric ride from 2016.
The car features interchangeable parts, allowing buyers to personalize the car according to their needs. The startup company from Arizona is hoping to revolutionize car manufacturing, which has changed little in the last 100 years.
The car takes up to 44 hours to print. The next step is to speed up the print rates. On average, a car contains 25,000 parts, but this car contains just 49. Certain components such as the engine, tires, and suspension cannot be printed, but the majority of the car from the chassis to the seats is printed using a special plastic which the manufacturer says has the same strength as mid-grade aluminum.
This two-seater, three-dimensional printed car will disappoint the speed junkies, reaching only 40 kilometers per hour. But it should please those with a green conscience with a life expectancy of 10 years. It can also be recycled.
The makers hope to scale up their productions by making a full speed model in the near future. That was all for this episode of Hodhod News Magazine.
Thanks for being with us. Until the next episode.
Take a very good care of yourselves and have a good time.